What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Talk That Talk podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-hosts with me.
See me, man. I'm here. Bundled up. It's cold in these streets.
It is. Boy.
It's cold in these streets.
Nasty.
It is cold in these streets, but you know where it's hot at? With your boy Bank at the end of the day. 4-0. Probably the first person in this thing to go 4-0 on a week of picks. 4-0. Didn't lose.
How long did it take him to bring that up? Yeah, okay, how long did it take him to bring that up, Reasons?
Hold on. I knew I was going to get on the show. And
when he goes 0-4,
I definitely
it's an afterthought.
He's went 0-4 more than he's went 4-0.
It doesn't matter. Nobody has ever went 4-0. Nobody. Nobody's ever went undefeated over the weekend besides me. So set the record straight. I'm the first at the end of the day. And now I'm in second place. We got a new.
I know the shine is off your boy. There's sheriff in town over here. There's a new Jason Damas around here. And like we just over here is trying to steal my shine, babe.
What?
But let's be honest, your shine was a 2-2 week, bro. You don't get no shine for doing 2-2.
Earn the pace. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I just
right. And
rounded that corner.
What did you say last week? You said, babe,
the season over?
No, the season not over. But I'm just saying
we're on the 11th hole.
Yeah, okay. But my man Jay told me that I was going to be down there for a very long time, and I told him. I specifically said, see. Y'all got on my boy Bron for taking a shot with his eyes closed, and he didn't get it done. Now pay me my respect, because I said I'm going to win this week. I said I'm going to show y'all I'm coming back this week. I did that, and the first thing I got was a whole
clock is
lot
right
of
twice a day.
Oh,
a broke clock.
Oh my God.
You've been saying it for 12 weeks now.
God.
You've been saying it for 12 weeks now, and you got it right one time.
Oh my God. Well, you know who shouldn't have rolled with their little tactics. You got on their sweater today. The Las Vegas Raiders. Into Kansas City. I had the audacity. Like, I could understand. Look, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I'm just saying, your record is not the best right now. But hey, this is where you want to motivate your team, galvanize the troops, get them ready to go. They went into Kansas City. And they wasn't even at the crib. They went into Kansas City and just, I don't know, it was no beef. They went to midfield.
It's always beef.
But I'm saying it wasn't like, oh my God, Kansas City, woo, woo. I mean, like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, Kansas City been dominating. Y'all beat them last year, but you know, y'all 4-13 against them. So it's like Aaron Rodgers and the Bears. They kind of own y'all right now with Derek Carr as a quarterback. I'm just calling a spade a spade. It is what it is. But y'all went in there, stumped on their feet. I can't even finish because it's so embarrassing. Y'all went in there, stumped on their field, and was getting ran by 28, 35 points by halftime. So was it just y'all just not a good team, or is Kansas City back in championship form?
I mean, the football whole thing about it is they were the better team yesterday. I mean, they came out all phases and they're supposed to do. I'm still not going to sit there and say that this team is a bad team because I don't see it. I just feel like they lack again now. I'm looking at Rich Bisaccia. I see they lack a leader of men, somebody that's going to go in that locker room and have a strong hold on it, and just lack pieces that make sense. I read this morning that our right side of our O-line has the lowest graded pass protection ever. I think ever. Between them, they was both rated 11% in pass protection. Like, you ain't gonna win many games when that's happening. So then, like, the defense, like, what the hell? I don't know what the hell wrong with the defense against KC. It looks solid against everybody else, but against KC, I don't know what's wrong with the defense. So again, bad week at the all. But the craziest thing is everything they want still in front of them. Everything they want still in front of them. And I'll worry about what's wrong when the door finally closes. But
don't do that. Don't
everything
do that,
they want is still in front of them.
No, don't do that. Don't do
everything
that.
They want is still in front of them.
Bro, this is year 3 of your 3-0s, your 5-2s, your
6-3,
6-3s.
Yeah.
And I cannot co-sign this, dog. I can't co-sign this. And it's like when I've been so cautiously optimistic, and y'all made me feel like a damn sellout on the show because I'm using my brain and my noggin to say I've seen this act before. I see when there's a leadership void and your coach is on some dysfunctional stuff, and then a player who you invested high draft capital in just completely flew off the rails, no pun intended. And now it's like, as good as I think Derek Carr is, I don't think he's great. He's very good. He can take 3 or 4 of these teams that are missing a quarterback and put them in a contender status. But that's not this. And you can't tell me we was 5-2 and now all of a sudden we have holes that we didn't have before. And maybe the offensive line and Alex Leatherwood didn't work out, but like this is dysfunction. You don't get halfway through the season 3 years in a row and then fall off a map, and it comes down to the draft and lack of talent and this. Nah, dog, no. So they're done. Stick a fork in them.
Wow.
And when we get some new leadership and show some competency, I can get enthusiastic and I can start spending energy again. But I match energy. I match effort. And that wasn't it. So
no, that definitely wasn't it. I mean, you're right. I hear you. Just I know me, and you feel me.
It hurts my heart. Hold on,
I'm
man.
not. I'm not budging. It's just not budging. I didn't budge last year. I didn't budge a year before that.
Yeah.
But bro, you gotta stop. It doesn't mean
man.
that you're less of a fan
let me
because you gotta be critical.
Can I salvage this? Because it hurts my heart seeing reasons how disappointed he is as a Raider fan.
It's a disappointment thing. Like I'm not hurt or like it doesn't take up like yesterday didn't take up my Sunday, right? Like the game happened.
Losing no real sleep. You
know.
Yeah.
Game happened. I moved on to 2K with the fellas at halftime. Like I was good, but disappointment just comes from the fact that like because I'm a football nut, and the thing is when I watch things and I'm just sitting there and I'm going through my mind like why something subtle as this we not doing, or what interesting as this or we not doing. Like I watched us yesterday on 3rd and 4. I told my dad this week. I said, hey, you know what, man? Our team don't run a lot of bunch sets, right? Like I said this to my pops leading into the game. Hey, man, I see bunch sets. Like our creativity at times ain't where I feel like it could be when you need creative enough. So on 3rd and 4, Raiders come on the bunch set. I said, oh, here's a bunch set. We're going to get a little mismatch. We're going to get somebody open. The play call had everybody running route that was 8 yards deeper on 3rd and 4. I said, who in the hell decided that this play call for this situation? Like, because everybody said, well, Derek Carr should audible and all this. In my head, it's like, why the hell Greg Olsen thought this was the right play call for right now? It's 3rd and 4. Man, just get 4 yards. That's all we need, 4 yards.
Yeah.
But no.
Here's my thing, man.
There's certain things. Like
the Raiders are not playing good football. Point blank, period.
No, they're not.
It just made it look worse when you go into somebody's field and disrespect them and then have that type of performance. But I'm gonna give the flowers to the team who needs it, and I'm gonna give the flowers to this man, Hot Take, who said it. He did say it. He said the Chiefs will be back, and they are back. I believe this is their 7th straight win, if I'm not mistaken. 7 straight or 6? Which one?
7.
7 straight win in a row, and they're back in contention for the #1 spot in the AFC, and their defense is playing good. Offense is still having its moments, but they're playing great championship football. I think the defense is really doing what they need to do now, and they wasn't doing that in the beginning of the season. And this is a good sign for Kansas City fans. This is what you want to see, getting closer to playoff, getting closer to the end of the year. One of my buddies made this point. He said, you know what, when you're winning and you feel like you're a dominant team and you take everybody's best punch, sometimes you don't show up like you don't show up like you're supposed to do, because you have this mindset of like, we ain't worried about it because we've been down so many times and we always figure out a way to win. It's like superhero mindset, like have no fear because Superman is here at the end of the day. That's their mindset that they've been playing, but they have gotten back to championship, dominating on both sides of the football, creating turnovers, putting not putting your defense in a lot of strains, and the defense been helping the offense out, and they're playing really good football. And Kansas City is looking like another contention year where they can possibly go to the Super Bowl or at least the AFC Championship. I mean, the AFC is so wide open at the end of the day. It is. I mean, anybody can get beat. Anybody can get beat. You don't know who's going to win. There's even on the AFC and the NFC, there's a lot of 7 and 6 teams. My thing is just get in, figure out a way to get in, and figure out the rest later. Okay. But I think Kansas City is looking like a team to be reckoned with again, like always, and they're showing their dominance. They're winning games. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you win by 10, 20, 30, 40. A win is a win at the end of the day in my book.
Yeah, I mean, KC is doing what they should have been doing at the beginning. With me and KC, I had them winning that division because I feel like in order to, you got to go beat them. And I had KC win the AFC West, so I'm not surprised at where they are right now. I mean, it was weird in how they started off and how ugly they were playing because Pat Mahomes couldn't just take what's there. He wanted to be Mr. Home Run, and usually out there swinging for home runs, you strike out. And that's what was happening. Now, he's okay with the single, the double occasion. Then he'll hit you with a home run and do what he needs to do. So she's around into form, but the AFC is looking and it's gonna be a dogfight. And now they got a revenge game this week against the Chargers. So
it's a big game because this is a division right here. This is literally a division. This
damn near could be the division because I think they only one game back, and if they win, they have a 2-0 lead on KC.
Yeah, they win the division, and they just got to win out.
Yeah, they would have to win out. So I mean, it's like I said, it's everything's in front.
We'll figure that out. But, I would say this, which is a big, and this is your boy, and these are all our boys, but it's just tough. It's tough to see him go out like this. L.Jackson got carted off yesterday. And we don't have an update on how severe the injury is, but this can be a major loss to the Baltimore Ravens. And this can be, again, I don't know how severe the injury is, so I'm not going to speculate. But if it is a severe injury, this can be, I don't know, in my opinion, the fall of Lamar Jackson era. Because if you don't have that speed, it happens to so many quarterbacks. Once you lose one of your greatest assets, and then you have to depend on the other things. And if you can't translate that over, this is where you see a lot of mistakes. It just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Not saying he's not going to be fast again, but I don't know how severe the ankle is. But if it's like a really bad injury, God forbid, where he's going to have to sit out, maybe do some surgery, it's going to be different. That 4-3 may be maybe 4-4 or maybe even 4-5. And that's a major difference between 4-3 and 4-5, and especially how they start game planning for you now when they know that it's a threat, but it ain't like how it used to be. We ain't worried about Lamar going for 80 now, maybe like 20 here and there, but I don't know. What are y'all thoughts on Lamar Jackson injury and what this can mean for Baltimore Ravens trying to make the playoffs?
No, let me
go ahead, Jay.
Let me chime in. First off, I didn't get my 2 cents in on the Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be an AFC. Like you get new data, and you have to, and I'm not too proud to revise where I'm at, and coming off of Baltimore and looking at where the Patriots are collectively as a team. And they're the only ones that I think can stand in the way of Patrick Mahomes. If he goes out there and he has a bad day, like I'm almost willing to put them in the AFC Championship right now, Chiefs and Pats. And it's all predicated on how successful a day Patty Mahomes has against Bill Belichick. And that's just how it's going to shake out. And I can call that week 14 that's how I see it shaking out. With Baltimore, I like growing moments, opportunities for growth. And when I look at Lamar, I have no doubts at 23, 24 years old that he's going to grow. And if you get a half a tenth off your 40 time, but then your IQ doubles, as far as picking apart defenses and such, the thing is, the reality that I'm facing is that it does not look like it's going to be this year. And the health of his ankle, if it's a 3-week thing, then he has a chance to catch some fire in the playoffs and be what I thought he was. But I've had ankle surgery on both ankles. And when you do, that's 3 to 4 months, you're out. And then when you come back, you still got a couple of months in front of you of really getting right. So then that puts him on next year's timetable. So I still have full confidence he's going to get there, but the confidence that he's going to get there this year. Yeah.
So I read while you guys talking that low ankle sprain is being monitored.
A couple weeks. He still has time to salvage the season, but that offense looks so bad that
when I see, and to your, I just look at it like his ankle being affected, because Lamar is the kind of person that I've come to watch, and I feel like he's going to try to be on that field. He is. Like, if he can, he will. And I respect that, because I feel like you the leader of this ship. You got down with the table. You feel me? Now it's just more or less, can Greg Roman in that offense make some kind of real adjustment to see if he can lead without having that be Superman Lamar Jackson? Maybe he just needs to be, little Robin Lamar Jackson, to where he's doing just enough to where he can still get the ball out. Rashad Bateman had a good game yesterday with Huntley. Like, if Bateman can have a good game with Huntley, then he should damn near have a good game, you feel me, with Lamar. So I just think it's going to come down to, will Greg Roman in this offense not be so bullish and not try to figure out a way to compartmentalize this? Because if you try to run him down.
So hear me out. And I don't know if you guys recall this, and I said this when Giannis got hurt with the back injury. Sometimes having to come back slowly with some limitations helps you hone your fundamentals. And when it's like, when it's really just sticking with the script and the game plan, you forcing Lamar to be a pocket passer and forcing him to operate off of 50% mobility, it may suck right now. And I believe that the adversity that they're hitting is them trying to grow, but it's taking 2 steps backwards to take 4 steps forwards. And so over the last couple of weeks, that's what I think you've been seeing, is trying to grow, and it's on the public stage and it just looks like ass in front of everybody. So I'm just hoping that there is some lightning in the bottle, but I'll be lying if I said that it might be too little too late this year.
I mean, I'm going to say this, though. The Ravens schedule doesn't look good at all, because they're about to play against a Packer team. And then they're about to play against a Bengal team who we saw what happened to them. And then they got the Rams. That's a 50-50 game. If the Ravens lose their next 4 games, y'all, they're going to be 8 and 9, possibly out of the playoffs. So this injury is bigger, even though it's probably an ankle sprain, and you should be fine in a couple of weeks. The Ravens can't afford to lose games right now.
Yeah,
they really can't. And so this injury is happening at probably one of the worst times of the season. And the worst thing this is the dilemma Harbaugh's going to have is, do I play him if we're losing? But then what if he get injured again? And then we lose him for the playoffs. What if we don't make the playoffs? This is probably one of the toughest decisions you're going to be in as a head coach, as an organization moving forward. You got to, hopefully you can win 2 out of the 4 to give you a chance, give your team a chance to make the playoffs. But I'm telling you right now, if Lamar's out for 2 weeks, you got the Packers. That's going to be a tough game. And then you got the Bengals, who's a tough team, and they beat you already with Lamar Jackson. And now you're not going to have Lamar Jackson. And then you're going to bring Lamar Jackson against the Rams, who not no walk in the park either. And then you may have a walk in the park against the Steelers, but they beat y'all last time. So this is probably by far one of the worst things you can have happen to y'all at the worst position, because you can probably see yourself looking outside of the playoffs than looking in.
See, what they have to figure out is, honestly, I would sit him this week. I would sit him this week and go try to figure it out against the Packers, because that L against the Packers is not as bad, because you're going to need to win division games if you really want a shot at the playoffs. So me personally, I sit him this week with the 3-way gauntlet that we win the last 3 or 2 of the last 3. Because if you come out with the win against the Packers, that's even better. You feel me? So I would sit him against the Packers. Let Huntley go out there, try to figure it out, because he's already started a game. He's won a game for you, so it's not like he's incapable. And then focus on Bengals, Rams, Steelers, and try to run that 3-way gauntlet with Lamar being, I would say, more 75, 85% versus trying to probably trot him out there at 65, 70 with the hopes that, like as Jay would say, that he's growing. But like, I would let him grow with a week off. And then let him.
But it's all relative. I mean, if he comes out and he honestly feels like he's 100, then you let him play.
Yeah.
It's just speculating that he's at 60, 70%, and then it's good. It's probably better to just punt on the Packers. But yeah, I mean, I look at the long-term issues, and they could sit there and they could fight for the playoffs or not, and it's, and manage the injury. But fundamentally, I'm demoralized that even if they got there, that they haven't expanded their offense in a successful fashion to compete once they get there. So, like, why go through the motions? Like, get in the lab, come up with something new. I think it's the air raid and spreading it out and no more designed runs, except maybe 1 or 2 a game in short yardage situations. But let him freestyle the run and spread this damn shit out, man.
Yeah,
you're right, but they not. That's the problem.
We're going to see. We're definitely going to see. But you know who's probably about to spread this thing out? Pause. No point intended.
Tonight,
it's the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh no! Let's do the Monday night game first, and then we can go to the hoops.
You said what?
Do the Monday
night game, and then we'll go to the hoops.
I was going to finish with Monday night because that's what we're going to end it with. I mean, we're going to go back and then finish with the picks.
I was thinking football, then sliding over to
it
the
ain't
hoops.
gotta be no woo. But if you
I didn't mean to mess up your segue, bro. I didn't mean to mess up your segue.
It's all good. We could go to the picks if you want to go for the picks, because that's usually it's going to be short, straight to the point, and you pick. So that's how it's going to end it. But let's go to the picks. Since you want to lose your lead already, I'm okay with that. So let's get to the game. What we got? What's the spread for the night?
Does it matter?
I mean, you two on the
this one's personal.
Yeah, you two on the opposite end.
I don't know about that. I may have a other bet. I'm not willing to put the Rams on the game on the line.
You ought to take your point, but still do the push-ups.
Yeah. I'd rather take my point and do the push-ups if they lose this game. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm letting you know. I'm not playing dumb right now. I'm in championship form. I'm playing smart right now. I'm not playing dumb.
Leader goes first, man. Leader goes first.
So what's the spread?
Cards over, baby. Doesn't even matter what the points are.
What's the spread?
I got the cards over. It's at 50.
Ooh. They playing in Arizona, huh?
Yeah.
50 points is a lot of damn points. I'll tell you that.
Not for these two teams. I think it was over last time.
Let me check one time. I just want to check. I don't think it was over. Let me just double
Yeah,
check.
it was over last time. They put a 57 between both teams last time.
Ooh, if they put up 57 last time, that means it's probably gonna be a slow game. It ain't gonna hit 50. Ooh.
Okay.
I'm trying to go 5-0 for the first time ever.
All I need is a no.
So to be clear, I think I'm up 1 and you guys are tied.
Yeah, we're tied. You're up 1.
So either Bait gonna move ahead or we're gonna be in a 3-way tie.
Yeah, pretty much. No. Oh yeah. Well, no, we'll be tied. It will be same if it don't be.
Didn't I say 3-way tie? Are you not listening?
No. You said move ahead. I can't move ahead. I can't move ahead.
Oh,
I'll be tied. It'll be a tie and you don't go nowhere. All right, man. I know it seems good to go cards over because they went over last time, but I think this is going to be a hard-fought division win. And I'm going to go cards under. I'm going cards under this week. It's first time ever on show history trying to go 5-0. Got to be different. It's okay if I lose this game because I got my mind set. I'm good. I'm going cards under in Arizona. Let's get it.
Man, this is a win-win for me anyway. I mean, you sitting here, we either cards winning, and you just have to eat crow, or you doing push-ups.
Yeah. I like it though. It's what it be. We still got our individual. I think the Rams could win this game. It's a big game. I kind of feel like they will win this game because they need this game. This is a big game for the Rams. But
that's what happens when you write checks too early. You wrote checks
not
and
really.
then you want to back up off this.
No, I'm not backing up off it. I'm trying to win games now. This is far beyond the Rams. This is about this season.
Let's put a Falcons game up on the docket so we can see how many games you trying to win.
We is on the docket next week.
Okay.
Who we play?
They got the Niners, your other Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's a good game. That's gonna be a good game. The Niners playing really good, so you know what I mean. But that's one thing I would not bet on. I would not bet on my team. I could sacrifice a loss for that. But this, you know, it is what it is. I got cards under. Anyway, moving on. Who is going to capitalize on the opportunity with Ben Simmons? Who is going to pull the trigger? It's a lot of Portland Trailblazers that's leading in the conversation on Ben Simmons possibly getting shipped out finally from the Philadelphia 76ers. Do Ben Simmons move? And if he does, where does he go?
I mean, he has to move, but I am not high on Ben Simmons because I just believe he is a one-trick pony, which is play defense. Like I don't fear him on offense. I wouldn't fear him to wherever he goes, to where it's going to help out and do all that. The kind of guy that you have to kind of build a team around like Giannis. So whoever he goes to, unless he goes to a dog and then they rebuild around him, it's not about to move the needle. He can go to Portland. Him and Dame is not moving the needle in the West. They're in Phoenix. They're not beating Golden State. They probably only beat Utah. You feel me? And it'd be interesting against the Lakers, the way the Lakers is playing. But those three teams, I'm not banking on them beating. Other situations, I mean, going to New York just adds more hysteria. That doesn't mean it's going to. It makes them more defensively, but then again, they're going to struggle on the offensive side, and they're not going to beat Kate and Giannis and and all that. So he doesn't move the needle for like solid player. But until I see more on the other side of the court, I'm not worried. Now, if he was to go hypothetically, he was to go to Warriors, then that moves the needle because he provides something else for them that's already a great team. They don't have to do too much. But other than like one of those teams that are officially really established, you don't do nothing for them. To me, it doesn't matter where you go.
I think that's a naive statement, man. I think that
naive.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I just said he's good on one end of the court.
He's an all-world defender. He is versatile, and he is like the things that you can do with him defensively and you're acting, and then you're talking about like he's like one of the most unproductive of all time on offense. And granted, he did have a pretty nasty stinker in the playoff game, but
that's what I'm
his
saying,
value,
Jay.
no, but his value is wrong. He's a point center. He needs to be flanked by somebody like Jeremy Grant or somebody else, some rim protection, but that don't bog down the paint and command touches like Joel Embiid. You put a Miles Turner or Jeremy Grant, some of these versatile, longer 4s and 5 combo guys next to Ben Simmons. You don't pencil him into a fixed lineup where he can be as versatile and as a Swiss Army knife as he gets. He can be maximized in the right situation. He's not Draymond Green, but he has some similarities, and the versatility, the theme of versatility is there. There is a couple of teams that should be going hard for your boy. And I'm talking about Portland's the most obvious desperate one because he can shake up the dynamic. And if he's out there kicking the rock to Dame and company, your Norman Powell's, your Anthony Simons, these guys are actually good shooters, and you can go yin yang on the rest of the league. He is valuable as a point center. Sometimes he's playing center, sometimes he's at the 4, but you can have this malleable lineup that you can mix and mash around him. He is an invaluable chess piece. The only problem is you don't know if you're going to get it because his head game and his mentals is off. But he's definitely worth an investment. It's just not, it's how much. I'm going to trade for him, not expecting him to ever be confident in his mid-range or his pull-up. And I'm just going to build around it. That means you can only pay so much for him. The Hawks should be interested in him. The Detroit Pistons should be interested in him. These other teams, yeah, it's a nice, let's win some headlines. But there's a couple of teams that have centerpieces on the perimeter that can maximize your boy. And I would be a buyer. Everybody else want to sell him for 30 cents on the dollar. Come in, let me pay 45, 50 cents on the dollar, and let me fix this reclamation project.
Here's
wrong, bro.
Ben Simmons. I think that he will be moved. I think Portland is in the driver's seat as of right now. But I think what people don't fail to realize is that when Ben Simmons did, when Joel Embiid was out, that's when he flourished the most. He was like I agree with Jay with him being a point center, being able to push the tempo, being able to play at his pace, having shooters around him, being able to do a lot more than just being in the dunker spot when Joel is on the 4. I think that with him and Joel, they just don't mesh together. They don't mesh together.
He's an ISO player. Joel is like, give me the rock and get out the way. Let me, no.
Which is nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that their styles clash. When you have a big like that, you want to have a perimeter player that can stretch the floor and help improve Joel's game and his thing, because now you can't double Joel because now you got some perimeter shooters on the outside.
You need to emphasize that half court offense.
Yeah. Yeah. And so at the end of the day, I think Ben Simmons is a big asset. And I think that's why a lot of teams are invested in him. But here's my thing. I know his mental is good. I think his mental is just bad because of where he's at. I think when he goes somewhere else, you're going to see a different Ben Simmons. You're going to see a happier Ben Simmons. You're going to see him hooping. I don't know if he's going to work on his game, though. You may still see the same thing from Ben Simmons.
You can't trade for him expecting to start pulling threes. You can't.
Right. No. But just here's my thing. And this is what I do appreciate what the Lakers do. They let Russ be Russ. All right. And Russ has to figure out a way to adapt his game to better fits the team. Now, Ben Simmons, they got to let Ben Simmons be Ben Simmons, but Ben Simmons have to also, how can I impact the team? How can I make the team better? I know this is how I play, but how can I make some incremental adjustments where I don't feel like I'm drastically making changes where they got
you can't neuter them
3-point line, and that's not
you
my
can't
thing.
Neuter them, but you got to fit in. You got to acclimate.
Right. You got to fit in some ways, but still be able to be authentic to the way you play and the best way to optimize your style of play. Here, I'm gonna leave it at this. In my opinion, it's like this. There's nothing wrong with improving your game, but if you can maximize on your things that you do really well, Make the defense stop that. Now, if they can stop it, then you got to have a backup part, right? You got to have multiple things. But if you look at Karl Malone, right? Karl Malone, his game was dope. But when you think about it, it was, it was simple. It was simple. His game was simple. Good footwork. He didn't have all the flashy smashes, but he can hit that mid-range. He can post up and hit the fadeaway on you. But it was simple. He couldn't blow by you as much. He wasn't that fast, especially as he got older. But he was a threat, and he was good with him and John Stockton. They played really, really well together.
We're getting away with Kevon Looney at 6'9" at center. Don't tell me that Ben Simmons can't close games at center. Right. Please.
He could. I'm gonna ask a question. I just want somebody to give me an answer.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go since 2000, 20 years. You name me the team that has won a championship with a 1-2 punch being only good doing one thing.
Anthony Davis, LeBron James, right?
No. Anthony Davis.
When you say doing one thing, what do you mean?
Yeah, because I'm just being real.
So because I look at it like this. I got you. I look at it like this. Ben Simmons is great on defense. Great. All world. Offensively, I plan to stop him. And I know I can. Because as long as we are, especially in the playoffs, the game slows, there ain't as much transition. You taking the ball out of the hoop, and I can half court set and make sure Ben Simmons is me. Because like I said, he has to go to a team to where the team becomes built around him. Anybody else right now, that team is already established to where everything is not going to be built around.
I feel like him and Damian Lillard in the pick and roll would be nasty.
It will be very nasty. That's a misconception. The whole team doesn't need to be built around him. He needs 1 to 2 cornerstones around him that fit like a glove. So
Ben Simmons and Damian Lillard is beating the Warriors.
If they
it gets you on the map. Hey. They don't have the rest of the squad we got.
Yeah.
But that gets you to the conversation, and you're gonna mess it up. Like 25 other teams ain't gonna be built to deal with that. Okay, he's not Draymond Green. Draymond Green has so many intangibles and so much dog that I'm not gonna disrespect Dre by putting him in the same category.
No, he's not.
But he does present some of the versatility, a lot of the versatility that he has. And he can unlock games. He can unlock Trae Young.
Pass the ball. He can play defense. He's bigger. He's faster. He can rebound.
So again,
Draymond Green does that.
Him and Jason Tatum could work. But my thing is when you're making trades, we're in the business of when you make a trade, you are making it so your team can go win a championship.
Yeah,
and you can. And with that team, I don't see them better than the Warriors, Suns alike.
You're right, but he's a necessary piece. Either you got 2 choices. You can punt for the next 3 years because we got this on lock. Wait until Giannis gets older and wait until
the Warriors got this on lock.
We got it on lock. But even if we don't got it on lock, the next in line is Giannis. The next in line. So
how long did it take? How long did it take to figure out the whole Giannis situation? Right, took them a cool little minute to figure out that right piece of. And again, they got it. He had, like I said, if he goes to like per se, he can help out because Tatum can really carry the offensive load in the East right now, and it's some little pieces that can help them out, but I still don't see that pushing the needle.
I don't think that works either.
But again, him and together, that's going to be cute. It's going to be cute. That's not less. It's not going to be enough. And if it's not going to be enough, just like with all other teams, then there's no reason to do it because Dame and Ben is not going to be enough to be good teams.
It's not. But you know what? If here's the thing, is if they got Ben is a vital piece. I look at it from Portland's, they only got 2 choices. Trade for Ben and pair up Dame and Ben, or don't touch Ben and trade Dame for a king's ransom. That's it. Because nothing else. Exactly. You're right. And they've already said that. So
I think right now, if you're thinking about winning, I get it. winning championship may not be this season, but they got the nucleus now together. And this
Now
could be something moving forward
the
in the
ancillary
future.
parts.
They can add some other pieces in the offseason, get some draft picks, possibly. It's not. I get it. You want to win now, but Portland knows.
I'm not even looking at winning now. I'm looking at
winning no championship. Let's be real.
They got to change a piece. The pieces on the chessboard are stuck.
Yeah.
And the only thing that they can do, he's the only piece that is unique enough to be a force multiplier. So where the sums is the parts are greater than the sum, or however the hell you say that.
Ben can help pick up the pace for Portland. He could be a very good asset for Portland Trailblazers.
Didn't say
him and Dame Lillard can be a monster. And if they keep some pieces, right, a wing defender and maybe another scorer that can help out, they not bad. If you look at the West ain't that good.
The same goes for Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. He could get Trae off the ball just a little bit, offer that Swiss Army knife versatility in Atlanta.
He can move the needle him just because, like, that's a piece for them that helps. And again, on the East, that matchup becomes okay.
Yes, it does.
Because they can match up with different. They can match up with Kevin Durant. They can match up with Giannis.
Your point is if they can't climb to the top of the mountain, then there's no sense in doing it.
There's no sense.
And I'm with you, but
I feel like Atlanta could climb to the top with that. Atlanta to the top because he feels a void that allows him. On the West, he's not pushing nobody to the top of that mountain. Not right now. And it's still gonna take some years to go get some of those.
Atlanta, here's the thing. Who is Atlanta gonna give up?
Oh,
they got the pieces.
Oh, they got pieces.
No, but I'm saying, so how's the four going? Because you got Quint Capella who can't shoot the ball, and they do that very well with him with the pick and roll. He's a pick and roller, so they're not. I know Philly don't want Quint Capella. They don't want Quint Capella.
Quint Capella only makes 20. He only makes $20 million a year, and he could be.
Who are they going to give up? That's the $1 million question. Who would the Atlanta Hawks give up?
Tell me you're not taking a package.
Gallinari,
Cam Reddish, Gallinari, toss in Bogdanovich or Kevin Huerter, one of the two white boys that can shoot. And if you need to toss in a pick, then they got the Sharif Cooper and the Jalen Johnson from last year's draft. They got their whole treasure trove of picks.
Okay, now
who's setting the price?
Now what's the starting five for Atlanta?
Okay,
Ben Simmons can be efficient?
Okay, so assuming you keep Kevin Huerter, you got Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, and then you got John Collins and Ben Simmons with Clint Capella as a part-time 20 minutes, whether you start him or not. John Collins bangs threes and he plays good head-up defense.
I see that.
So
I see that.
You get that three-headed monster in the front court.
I think you go. To me, I will go out defense. I will go Trae, DeAndre Hunter, Ben, Collins, Capella. Because off the bench, I would have Lou.
But I don't think that'll work for them, though. That's not enough scoring on the floor.
It's an 8-man rotation, and you got the pieces, man.
Yeah, I don't think Ben and Collins and Capella should be on the floor together at the same time.
Not necessarily.
That's a solid. That's a solid 5-minute start. You get that out there.
30 minutes in the game, bro.
I like the first lineup with Hunter, Huerter, Collins, and Ben. I like that 5 because then you can play Ben at the 5 and they can still be explosive because he's going to be faster than a lot of 5s that he play against, and they can push the tempo up.
Lob City with John
Collins. They can push the tempo up, and they got defenders.
Ball.
They got 3 or 4. They got 3 defenders: Hunter, Ben, and Collison playing great defense. And then they got 2 scorers. That's all you need at the end of the day.
This is a damn shame. That man,
you do it too, low key. Not as much as Bake, but you mess a couple names up too, bro.
Here and there, but I'm way more conscious.
What did I say? I said Hunter, Collins.
No, you said Collinson. Collinson. Like, he always adds. Like, I probably just mess up the actual. He gives these people whole new names.
Hey, man.
Like, whole new names.
My bad, Collins. My bad, bro. But, Collins, Collison, start getting the names. But we'll see where Ben Simmons goes. But, we thought that it was going to happen over the weekend. But your boy Joel Embiid said, not in my house. I know every team right now is going to be playing ultra defense on Steph Curry to prevent him from hitting that record. So the question is, do y'all think that Steph Curry's record is going to be broken anytime soon?
Yeah, maybe about to listen. I personally, it should just happen after. It just makes everything full circle. The storyline's better. So I don't want him to break it in Indiana. I don't. I personally would rather see him do it at the Garden. It's Steph Curry, it's the Garden. It just makes more sense. So tonight, I need him to make like 2, maybe 3.
They was talking about sitting him, by the way. They was talking about sitting him and resting him.
Yeah, but as I'm saying, he hit 2 or 3, and I think he's 7 away, right? 6 away.
7 away.
7, yeah. I feel like he hit 2 or 3 tonight, and then he finished it off at the Garden. That's just my personal preference, Jay. You know, because I'm cheering for him. I want him to get the record because his 3-point record is going to be like John Stockton's steal record. It'll never be touched.
Mm-hmm.
Or assist record. John Stockton's assist never be touched.
Yeah. I don't really give a damn about the record. I don't. This is all for show. I knew he was the best shooter in the world a year before we won the championship. My stepdad just laughed at me when I said it. What are you talking about, man? We should Steph Curry, best shooter ever. You heard of Dale Ellis? You heard of Reggie Miller? I'm like, yeah, man, come on. You see it off the dribble. It's not even a debate. Yeah. At home, he's going through this dynamic, and everybody who shot a basketball under pressure knows it doesn't take much when you start getting in your head and you just a half an inch off and you start like pressing. And then you getting everybody's, like, all they're doing is selling out to make sure you can't against the best athletes in the world. Like, nah, go the other way. I'm going to completely abstain from it. And I'm just going to go the whole game, looking to get assists and take it to the bucket the whole game until you guys just say, realize that I don't care about the damn record. It's going to happen organically when it happens. It's imminent at this point. And then when they start treating you normal, then you go get back in your bag and get, swaggy out there at the line.
No, I definitely agree with that. I feel like he was pressing on Saturday, but I think
he's been pressing.
Making sure they didn't get a 3 up. I'm just calling a spade a spade.
You gotta give credit to Matisse, man. That boy was playing defense.
They was freaking making sure. He said, "Don't let Steph Curry," and B said it. Don't let Steph Curry get the record in our house, and they did that. They stifled him. They made it look bad, and a lot of shots, was some tough shots and some shots that he usually make. But again, when you're running around, you gotta. This is my thing. This is what I would say, and I'm starting to see something very, very prominent when it comes to Steph and playing defense on Steph. You want to get a nice wing defender like a Miles Bridges, a Thibault, who's going to make it extremely difficult. Now, he may make a few, but it is hard as hell. I wish 2K took this logic, because 2K logic, you can come out there with a 5'10" and spark a 3 like in anybody's face. But in real life, when you shooting over a 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", athletic people with wingspans damn near 7 foot, even if you make those shots, we will live with that rather than
the ratio
over shooting at a guard that's probably 6'1", 6'2", that you can shoot over. It's not hard, but I'm noticing ways that they can stop Steph Curry when it comes to shooting.
Let me rebuttal that, because you're 100% right. First off, there's only about 8 to 9, 10 guys in the league who can do that, not compromise defense, shoot the 3, and where my frustration is with Steve Kerr, you have Jordan Poole and you have Draymond Green. At this point, I'm just, Steph, treat this like you running on a treadmill. Just run out there, be a decoy until these people want to back off. Because for you to compromise and give 1.5 to 2 guys on and trap and do all this extra fancy exotic stuff, these are best athletes in the world watching tape, looking at you, ready for you to go back to a scripted move that you do and you've been busted people's asses for. So I'm going into the game plan. I said, at this point, you're just a decoy the whole game until they stop acting up. Jordan Poole, Draymond Green. This is your time. Play 4 on 3. Stop it. Stop playing around.